and also take you through a demonstration of nScale's brand new file recovery product.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Sarah, and welcome everyone, and thank you for attending today's webinar. What we'll be covering is essentially a file recovery product that we have recently rolled out. This product was announced at our ILTA conference, and it is our file recovery product. It's essentially a product that allows you to store files on our infrastructure as a file format and protect them. So what we want to do is today we're going to cover a technical overview. We're also going to review security and resilience. How do you protect your data? We're going to talk a little bit about compliance, and then also just run you through a quick demonstration, and then we'll take a little time for questions and answers. One thing I'd like to mention is that as we proceed with our presentation this morning, I'm going to go through it rather quickly so that we do have enough time for questions and answers, and then we'll go ahead and move forward with that. So what is file? The difference between full protection of your files and your data versus file recovery. File recovery is essentially what it states. It's just backing up files. The way we're doing that is by providing you with a single pane that allows you to manage this entire process of recovering files. The files are actually backed up through CIFS shares using SMB and HTTPS. And then also we've architected the product to make sure that those files are protected in the NAS infrastructure. We can also back up NAS systems or SAN systems. We can also back up Windows systems or Linux servers, and we can do that with Samba. One of the key aspects of this product is that you have the ability to schedule intervals in which you can back up your files, and also will protect those files by versioning them. So as the files get backed up, we are going to look at that initial version, and then any subsequent changes that get made to that are going to be versioned on our system. So that's a key feature of the file recovery product. And then as you proceed forward and you feel that you need to recover the files, you can go ahead and restore either entire volumes or just look at specific folders and files. And as I mentioned earlier, we have that single pane of glass through our recovery console that I will be showing you. And again, this product is very useful. It's automatic in a lot of ways. You have the administrative console from this perspective, and then it gives you the ability to drill down on specific folders to create targets and CIFS shares and so on and so forth. And the infrastructure really works with what we call our Cloud Hub. Our Cloud Hub is a VM that gets installed locally on your systems in your ESX host. And then once that VM is installed, then you set up the targets. And when you set up the targets, you create the schedules and then start really backing up. It's really simple to use, so there's not a lot of complex setup or interaction that you have to perform. It's just a very quick steps, and I'll be showing that a little bit. As an example, you know, we want to know exactly where these applications are useful. And many times, you know, customers ask us, hey, Alex, you know, what kind of scenario or what kind of situation can I use this in? And one aspect of this, and I can just bring up a quick little schematic, can show you how this product can be utilized. So in this scenario right here, this is showing our entire proposal for a particular client. And with this kind of setup, we have full protection of the data from the headquarters out to our infrastructure that is going to protect the servers with snapshot technology. But what we've done and what the customer has opted to do is have the remote offices use the file recovery product. So in there, all of the remote offices would use file recovery, while all the real critical data at the headquarters offices would be used in order to really protect all that data and make it available with very limited or very short RPOs and RTOs. So that's an application. Another area that could potentially be useful for file recovery is maybe having users store some information in the file server that is not critical to the business. So again, this goes back to really identifying the value and the importance of that data, because you can have multiple tiers in a hierarchy in order to protect your data. So if users have company photos or things that, or software that they may be backing up, or long-term ISO files, things of that nature, they can use this product in order to really move it into the cloud and ensure protection for it. Aside from that, also we do have additional implementations or additional uses for that data, such as long-term retention, for some more critical aspects of the system and that data that you may feel needs to be protected. And I'll go into that a little bit more. In terms of security and reliability, we really try to do as much as possible to protect data. So one of the things that we're doing is we're encrypting the data in an HTTPS packet, and that's going to be encrypted in transit. We are not encrypting, we are encrypting the data at rest at our location, but we are not encrypting the data as we pull it out of your servers. So that's a critical component that must be identified. If you want to encrypt the data prior to putting it up on our cloud, you would have to do that locally before the Cloud Hub takes the data and shuttles it up to the server or to the storage network. The other thing is that we are always going to have 2 copies of your data, right? So we have backups even within our own facility so that we're not going to lose your information. And more than anything, we're hosted at Equinix, so we're providing N+1 redundancy and all of the Equinix infrastructure in their Tier 3 data centers, so that gives you a lot of protection on top of what we're offering just from our infrastructure. And the Equinix data centers are SSAE 16 compliant and also have ISO certification. So in terms of compliance, we really want to identify that this data is going to be for our network, and then from there you're going to have versioning every time there's a change to that particular file. So we are WERN compliant, and we follow all the rules and regulations that fall under the compliance requirements of the legislation that has been passed, such as the FRCP compliance or FRCP regulations, as well as the SEC 17A4, Sarbanes-Oxley, HIPAA requirements, and NASD 3110. Great. So again, some of these features are WERN compliant. We support all the different storage ways or storage networks out there. We have secure encryption of your data. We provide a really easy-to-use web interface, and then we provide automatic file versioning. And with that, we're going to go into a very rapid demonstration here. I'm going to show you how to set up a target, configure all your CIFS shares and things of that nature. So let me go ahead and swing back over here. And this is our recovery console. When you first log into the recovery console, you're actually going to land here at the dashboard. This aspect of the console is going to be demonstration, but I encourage you to contact Sarah or myself if you want to see a full demonstration of the recovery console and really expand a little bit more on the full protection that we can provide with snapshotting technologies, with encryption, and with long-term retention, as well as cloud storage. So with that, I'm going to go into the storage tab. And from here, we do offer 2 levels of storage. We offer a long-term retention storage as well as the file recovery backup. And here you can see that you have several targets that we've created. So if I right-click on one of these targets, I can edit that target, and I can see how to go ahead and configure that target. You'll notice that some of these fields have been grayed out because currently these are the only locations where we're going to have the data stored. This is going into the Dallas Equinix data center, DC1. And then we have our Cloud Hub, which you're going to define. This is the product, the VM that's going to go into your environment. And then below that, we're able to provide a target name. This is editable, can be changed at any time. You also have the protocol that you can define. Currently, that's grayed out because only CIFS and CIFS SMB is the only protocol that we're providing. And below that, you're going to enter the path that you're going to utilize in order to set up this target. And then you're going to provide information in terms of your login and your password, as well as any domain information. Now below that, I can specify whether that's enabled or not, which is really nice because I can disable backups if I want to at any time. And also, I can set up the frequency in which I want to back up. So I have anywhere from 1 hour to 24 hours. Right? And that's really how easy it is to set up this target. Once I set up that target and I start doing my backups, I can go ahead and drill down into that and start looking at my folder structure, start looking at the file structure, and really, can do a lot of things here with the files. I can download them, I can restore the file, or I can show the different versions. As I mentioned, we are worm compliant. So we give you the ability to version this information. And let me go ahead and find a file that has been edited. I believe it's under local services. And this file may be versioned. Yeah, so there you go. You can see how the versioning works. And then you can take action to view that information, to restore the file, or restore that particular version. And as I mentioned, obviously, everybody always asks, what is the cost of this product? How do we structure this? nScaled does a very good job at working with you to understand what your requirements are and really what you need to implement. And then we'll work with you on the price. We're very flexible. We want folks to start using this product, so we're offering very good incentives for people to get on and start using that product. So I encourage you to, at least if you want, just look at it. You can sign up for the demonstration, for the account at no cost. Start playing with it. We have a package here that you can have available to you. It's the Quick Click File Recovery for free. Protects up to 5 terabytes of storage for 45 days, no obligation to purchase. And the offer is ending in October 15th, so everybody's got a little bit of time to go ahead and get this. And with that, I'll turn it over to Sarah and take some questions.
Great. Okay, so if you have any questions, you are on mute, so just go ahead and key them into the questions panel. And I'll give you just a minute to get started. I notice we have a few more people still signing in, so just go ahead and ask your most basic questions. That's okay. Okay. All right, well, it looks like we don't have any questions. I guess that means that Alex did an amazing job and answered all of those questions for you. If you think of something after this demonstration, then go ahead and email Alex personally. This is his contact information. He can also help you get started with the free trial. And again, it's no obligation, very easy to set up. Definitely you can set up within a day. So just go ahead and try it and explore our file recovery service, see if you like it. And thanks again for joining us today. Thanks, Alex.
Thanks, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.